All right, all right. It's what is it? Wednesday, January 24, 11:30 in the morning. Not a great day for me. Not a great week so far for me. Now 2 and 3, or 2 out of 5 for the week. And today I was 1 win and 2 losses, so 1 out of 3. And one evaluation I was up 154 on one trade, and then two evaluations I had one loss each. And you can see I lost 960 on one account, and I lost another almost 1200 on the other account. The first one was a 25K, and this one is a 50K. So I've got still half my drawdown left on this one, and this one I'm pretty close to busting within $500 of my drawdown. So yeah, just not a great day. It's funny with this system that I'm currently trading. I've mentioned this before, but I have a way of going through multiple charts and seeing which charts are working for my size scalp on all the entries, and which ones aren't. And this last couple of days and even last week, and it's funny, it seems to keep happening during the 1 day pass promo from Apex. But, today, for instance, just a completely mixed day. I couldn't find a single chart that was really consistently good for my scalp across all entries. And, that should be a sign to maybe not take trades. The one good thing I would say, I did manage to stay away from trading anything on the PA account. I started right around 7 o'clock this morning, and it was very consolidated right as I was starting, and then it shot up. I just wasn't seeing any trades. I was looking at multiple different charts and just nothing that I liked. And I think somewhere around just before actually my first trade, luckily, somewhere around 8:15, 8:30, I just decided, you know what? I just don't like today. I don't like the charts. The charts are mixed. I'm not getting a solid indication that any particular chart is working very well today. And, it was just one of those days where it was just like a slow grind higher. It would consolidate on some charts and then shoot. And, it was just very hard to gauge what was really happening. And, so yeah, just not a great day for me. 2 losses, 1 win. So I'm now 26-10 overall for the year of 2024, 72%. For the week, I'm 2-3, 40%. And for the day, only 1 win and 2 losses, 33%. Not good. But I didn't really hate any of the trades. Like I said, I'm happy I turned off my PA account and switched to the evaluation. What I was thinking, just from here, measuring this, I did have this drawn at some point, and I kind of looked at it like, okay, it didn't reach it on the second leg. And a lot of times when it doesn't reach it, that might be when the reversal happens and it goes to fill the gap. So what I was kind of thinking here, we had the 2 legs up, 2 big legs up. And, what I have to be careful of is, we do have, this 1 leg down, 2 legs down that is met and a little bit further. Now, honestly, this fit my rules. I was thinking, okay, at the very least, if it doesn't fill the gap, I think it would test the opening price once, and then it didn't get there this time, which maybe should have been assigned to me, but I thought, well, at least it'll try to test it a second time. So maybe this was the second time it tried and it couldn't get there. But I was looking at like, oh, I got an entry here, and it's going to try to get it here. Let me turn on the markers real quick, actually, by the way. So here you can see my markers. So, I really just thought it would actually reach the opening price and test it again before it would make a bounce like this. So maybe I just read it wrong. I had a great signal bar. I had room to these lows here, and so I felt like there was plenty of room to get my scalp. Just didn't work out this time. Now, I'm actually thinking on my 25K accounts, there's an argument to be made that, I'm basically blowing an account on a single loss when I'm trading 4 contracts. So perhaps if I just move it to a max stop loss, maybe that would have actually potentially saved me, because it took me out on this next bar, on my entry bar, and then it went and would have been good for the scalp. So that's something maybe I'll have to try out or play with. It's the thing about taking a loss on the 25K eval when you're trading the max contracts in the system is that, now I only have 500 in drawdown for the next trade, and I could be mid trade and get a 500 drawdown before it goes on to win the trade. So it might just be better to just play it, win a trade or blow up the account on the 25Ks. Or maybe I just need to stop trading the 25Ks with the system. That's going to take some more testing and see. But in any case, I didn't feel too bad about this. Like I said, I had just switched to the evaluation just minutes before the setup happened from the PA. And I'm glad I didn't take this trade on the PA. And I was willing, I know that with the 80% discount going on now from Apex, one day to pass, I'm trying to be more aggressive and just take trades on the evaluations once I switch off my PA account. And so I'm not mad about this. It's a loss that I'm going to take. And it's funny, there was another one that looked just like this not too long ago, and I didn't take it, and of course it worked. So it's just the luck of the draw on this one. And evaluation 26 is hurting for it, but it is what it is. So let me show the live recording of the trade, and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, so here we go. This is the signal bar, I believe, setting up, and my thought was if it closes below the EMA, I'll take it for another test to get down to that opening price again. And so you see my order is dropped there, and it'll move to 1 tick below the signal bar. Is this the one? I think it is. Oh, no, okay, so this is... Oh. Let's see what we do here. I actually switched to a different chart, and now I drop it. And that's funny because on the first chart it actually works, and I believe on the first chart it already triggered. And by switch to this chart to get actually I'm looking back. They both lost, so both charts lost on this trade. But this one gave me a 1 tick advantage where the other chart ticked and entered the trade, and then this one had to tick 1 extra tick before it entered me into the trade. So I looked at it as this was a safer one, that if it ticked below this bar, then it would surely work, which as I indicated, didn't happen. So the thing I could say is we already had a clear 2 legs down, and really, it looks like 1 leg up. So I'm not surprised that there was a second leg up here. I am surprised that it went for a run the way it did, but clearly it trapped a bunch of shorts like me. And it was part of the eventual move to the new all-time high of the day before a sell-off later. So really just teasing me there, making me think that it was going to come back down. But no such luck. And it will eventually take me out on this bar. It's always painful to watch these back when I do these reviews, but the thing I can say is, I really am doing a better job of managing my emotions. And when I get a loss, it doesn't trigger me. I'm just accepting it and moving on. It helps to know that I've got 4 evaluations that are going to renew and reset this weekend. So if I lose this one and the other one that I got losses on those accounts today, they're going to be replaced by this weekend. And if I were to lose even more, I can always buy more for the 80% off while that's going on right now. So you can see I take that loss, and then sure enough, it just goes right back down, and it would have hit my scalp there. So just unfortunate timing, and that's going to happen sometimes. So moving on here, let me set up my second trade. All right, so here we go. This is now on a different tick chart, and if I do this, so here's the whole day, and you can see this is where my first trade was that lost. Right here. So on this one, it's even more clear. You got one leg down, 2 legs down, and then on this chart, it's 1 leg up. And so you are expecting a second leg up. So where my entry is not great. I mean, you'd expect to at least retest the high of this, which is what it ultimately did. And then, if I took the entry off of this not great signal bar, this one would have worked as well. So my timing was just off on the wrong chart for the timing. And let's move on to trade number 2. All right, so here we go. So the loss was here. Now we made the second leg up from the morning overnight leg. So 1 leg up, 2 legs up. We had already hit the measured move from that. And what I liked about this one, dangerous because I'm picking tops, but what I liked about it was we already hit the measured move. We had a clear 1 leg up, 2 legs up. And this is kind of like, you see this a lot where there's kind of like a third push before the reversal happens. And so I like this entry. A long way to go to get back to the EMA. And another bit of an unfortunate thing, I mean, I got the win, which is great, but I was playing for a runner on this evaluation, and it was going, and then it came back, it ticked me out. Barely, I don't even think it went up much after that. I mean, it literally just came to take me out of the trade, and then it went down. So I could have had a not a terrific runner, but a pretty decent runner, because my stop would have ended up moving to right here eventually. So I mean, I definitely would have got 20 or 20 something points if my runner was able to hang in this trade. So let's go ahead and bring up the live video recording and show how I got taken out of that runner. All right, here we go. I believe this is the one. Actually, this might not be the one. This might be... Hold on, let me pause and take a look here. All right, yeah, this is the one. There was one previous to this on a different chart that looked exactly the same, and I was trying to take it and then realized that the chart that I had recording was the wrong chart, and by the time I got the correct chart on, I missed the trade. But this was the trade where I took trade 2. And so I've already got my order there waiting. And again, because this is an evaluation and because of the promo going on and everything, I know it's a riskier trade picking tops, but this one made sense for me to take. And see right there, it ticks me out. I don't even think it goes much higher than that. before the run starts to move. So you can see it's just kind of hanging out there. It took me out. And then it starts to go. So you see that. So, I mean, I just barely missed the runner. It never gets back up there. And like I said, I would have got about a 20 or so point runner. Just unfortunate, really. You can see I'm skipping forward. So unfortunate. But it is what it is. I got a win on that account. And so that was good. That was account number 27. Right here, let's see. Right here, number 27. So we got a win on that one. So that's good at least. Long way to go since it's a 50K account. Would have been nice to get a runner on that to get up, $500 or $600 on the first trade. That's how that goes. So let's bring up trade number 3. So here we go. Trade number 3, as you can see, this is the live market right now. It's about 11:50 in the morning on the West Coast. So here, what I was thinking on this trade, my last trade was up here on that other chart. So what I was thinking here was we got one leg down, two leg down, which is right at the opening price. And so because we had the full 2 legs measured down and I got a signal bar that was a close right above the opening price. What I've noticed a lot is that I'll get at least enough for my scalp, even if it does continue to move down. You can kind of see it's kind of like test 1, test 2, and test 3. I didn't love that was lower than this, but I also didn't hate it. But this was the resistance. It became support. And so to me, this was kind of like taking a trade off of that support. And I think it was worth the risk. Again, for a day that I wasn't loving the day, this particular chart, for a long time, there's so many trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 entries on this chart, going all the way back to around here. All winners. And then, of course, the one trade I take on this chart is a loser, but that's the way it goes. So the chart was, running hot for quite a long time. It was in the place that I like to take a trade, which is retesting a level. And at the end of a measured move, there was kind of like a lot of reasons to think like, okay, a lot of room to the EMA. Plenty of reasons to think on a day that had been up all day that we can get at least my 11-tick scalp. Didn't work out this time. Let's show the live recording and wrap this up. All right, so I'll start the recording of the trade. And as you can see here, it was getting really volatile. The volume was really picking up. The bid and spread was starting to get spread out. And I was just being patient to see if we would get a close above that opening line price, that white dashed line. There were indications that this was a pretty strong sell-off, but I've seen this work so many times where it gives the scalp target, even if it does then go on to continue to move down. So a trade I would take again on an evaluation in this situation, especially when, one day pass, this could have been kind of the triple test of the opening price, and then it could have gone back to the highs again, and potentially could have given me a massive runner to pass the account. To me, the way I'm looking at things now is every time I take a trade on an evaluation, I'm risking $30. If I get a loss, if I blow up the account, whatever the case may be, I'm literally risking $33 of my own money. And so that's allowing me to be a little bit more aggressive. It hasn't panned out for me this week so far, since I have 3 losses and only 2 wins. Last week wasn't my best week either, but it wasn't my worst. And the great thing is that taking the trades I'm taking according to the rules I'm applying, I'm not getting these losses on my PA account. So that's telling me something, which is I really am doing a good job of only taking the best of the best trades on the PA account, having not taken any losses on that account since I started trading it using the system. And all of my losses are when I'm being more aggressive with my evaluations. So right here on the trade, I really thought it was going to work right here. And when it started backing up here, as the candle was going to be getting towards a close, that's when I was thinking, okay, this is starting to look like it's not going to be a winner for me. And the only other thing I would say is, instead of like trying to continue on this day where the day started and I can tell the charts weren't great to begin with, and did the right thing by not trading my PA account, and got a loss on an evaluation, didn't let it get to me, was able to get a win on the next trade on another account. And then here, picking up this loss that we're watching right now, able to call it for a day and say, okay, you know what, today is just not the best day for my system, for my edge. 2 losses. There's no need to continue forward and blowing up an account. I got these 2 accounts that I could trade next time, and I still have my evaluation number 32 that's just about 300 away from passing. So I'm just going to wait for a better day to trade that one and not try to push my luck today by switching to it now. And there's no reason to just blow up another account just because I'm upset that I picked up 2 losses today and only got the 1 win. There's just no point for me to continue trading. It's now 12 o'clock. So really I would only, the most I would trade for is another half hour, but I don't even want to. There's no point. I'm not going to make this day any better at this point. And so it's better to just come back on a better day. Hopefully tomorrow I'll open up the charts and I'll see 2 or 3 that look great, and I can just be aggressive and get a good trade on my PA account, and hopefully be aggressive on my evaluations. And who knows, maybe I can pass one, maybe I can pick up some wins on some of the other ones, and just hope for a much better ending to the week on Thursday and Friday. So that's it. I wasn't surprised this one lost. I knew it was a little bit risky, but I thought it was worth the risk. So it's just the way it goes sometimes. All right, so back to the live chart. This is the chart of the last day. So you can see, when I started trading, it was kind of in this area around 7 o'clock, and it made this really big move up. And this chart's kind of interesting because I can kind of see why there were a bunch of entries on this chart that would have worked. I wasn't watching this chart earlier in the day. So, I think bad timing today, just one of those days. Not going to let it get to me. Worst case scenario, this cost me $60 when these accounts maybe eventually blow up, but maybe we'll bring them back tomorrow and they'll be in better standing, and maybe I can bring them back all the way. So that's it for to me today. I was saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave a 90% discount. I was saying that yesterday, and they didn't do the 90%, but they did do the 80% with the 1-day pass. And so I guess that's their new version of the 90% discount, is to combine the 1-day pass with the 80%, which is okay. Honestly, for me, it's not doing me any good, because I'm just actually blowing up my evaluations because I'm just being a little bit more loose with my trades on my evaluations, knowing that, well, one, I've got 4 fresh accounts coming to me on renewal this weekend, but also that if I were to blow the 4 I currently have, well, I could buy 4 more for 80% too, and then still have the same amount active that I thought I would have had by this weekend. So, so far last week I didn't do really well during the time period where they're having the evaluation, or the 80% with the 1-day pass evaluation. And now this week they just announced it, and I'm again not doing too great with that. I got to think about that. That is the point of them offering these promos, is they know more people are going to fail their evaluations trying to pass in 1 day. And they know more people are going to buy more evaluations, because if they blow them, they're just going to buy another one to replace it. So that is the reason why it gives them an edge to a certain degree. But if you have a good day and you can pass in 1 day, then that's great too. Or if it takes you 2 or 3 days to pass instead of needing to trade 7 days, that's a great thing too. In any instance, the good thing for me, like I said, is I still have this account number 32, which is potentially just 1 or 2 trades away from passing. So I'm going to save that for a better day. My PA is unscathed. And my first best trade of the day will go to that, as long as it happens within the first hour and a half, 2 hours or so of my trading day. If I don't get a trade within the first hour and a half or 2 hours, or the charts don't look good, or whatever the case may be, then I'm just going to tuck my PA away and not risk a loss on it. And 27, we got a small win today for $150. It's a 50K account, so we need the 3K to get there. So it's got a long way to go. So we'll just see how this plays out tomorrow and Friday, and we'll judge if I need to. I'll judge if I need to buy any more 80% discount evaluations, or if I can just wait for the renewal that comes on the weekend that brings me 4 more accounts for Monday. So that's it for me today. You could use this code or any other. Like and subscribe if you're interested in continuing to watch me on this journey. I have still not reached a payout on a PA account, and really been struggling lately to even pass evaluations. The system I'm trading is new for me, and I am still kind of trying to figure out when I want to be more aggressive with it, or when I should be less aggressive with it. Or, even on a day like today where the charts just clearly aren't giving a strong consistency for working for my scalp, maybe those days I should just not trade. I didn't do that today, largely because of the 80% and 1 day pass. So, it kind of hooked me in to say, okay, I'm not going to trade my PA, but I'll trade my evaluations and give it a go. And, if the 1 day pass and the 80% weren't happening today, and the charts were looking the way they were looking to me, by the time I didn't have any trade on my evaluation, I probably maybe would have stopped trading, or at the very least, I probably would have stopped maybe after my first loss. I probably wouldn't have even got my second win, because I would just say, hey, today is not the day. So it is what it is. That second trade, man, so close to being able to get a chunk of this move down. This one right here easily could have been a 20-point runner. Try to get it tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and let's hope for a better end to the week.